Hi, and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we're going to do the first edition or version of set number 31120. It's called the Medieval Castle. It has 1,426 pieces. This is one of those 3-in-1 creators. Now, I know those who've been watching the channel for a while know how I do this, but for those who are new, this is the way Chip Off the Old Block Toys does it. What we do is simply, if there's a 3-in-1, we get all three. And we do a video on building each one of the versions. And then we do a fourth video where we compare all three different ones side by side, and when we do an evaluation, just like we do the rest. And so as you see, we've got 1, 2, and 3 copies of this. And speaking of being new here, if you are, please subscribe. And also, if you've been here or you're new here, it doesn't matter. If you're here, please hit the like button, and please let that good old mighty algorithm know that we are here and it's a good channel and it's fun, and so that it will hopefully suggest this to a newer audience to grow the channel. All right, well, let's start building. back. This concludes the build and the time lapse for set number 31120, the Medieval Castle. Let's go ahead and let's jump into the evaluation. But before that, please hit the like button. If you liked it so far, please reward the channel and me by hitting the like button. Okay, so the evaluation always goes off of 4 things: value, creativity, playability, and ease of build. So let's start off with value. At a first glance, this looks like an awesome deal. This set retails for $99.99. It has 1,426 pieces. That works out to exactly 7 cents per piece. That is really good considering 10 cents is the threshold for me. But that's not the only thing I evaluated on. What did disappoint me about the value is that this set only came with 2 warriors, 1 spearman and 1 archer and a blacksmith, and a prisoner has obviously been in the dungeon too long because he's now a skeleton. That's all the minifigures you got. Back in the day, like let's say in 1984, when the first original castle sets came out, set number 6073, which was the Knight's Castle, it had 6 minifigures. So you had more than just 1 archer. And also the Black Falcon's Fortress, which came out 2 years later in 1986, which is also part of the original castle series, at set number 6074, and it had 6 minifigures as well. More than 1 archer. So I kind of have a problem with that because you basically, I think you should have an archer here, here, and in this watchtower at least. And you don't even have a king. The King's Castle did have a king. So I'm going to give the value a 9 out of 10. And that's just because I think it should have a few more figures. 3 or 4 if you include the prisoner and skeleton. It's just far too little. As far as creativity, well, I give it a 10. I love this well. You know, it's got the little crank arm here on the side. Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything, but that's okay. It's got the little pail bucket here, and it's got the frog. They like the water, you know. So pretty cool in my opinion. And, you know, starting on the outside, you know, you got the front, you got a drawbridge. It actually does function. And you have this little lever right here. I can't go very far because the figures are in the way. And as soon as you let go of a lever here, it's supposed to go down fast automatically, but it doesn't in this case. Maybe I have it just a little too tight. I don't know. But it does have a working drawbridge, which I think is pretty cool. I do like the windows up here. I do really like these narrow windows right here and here. And there's other ones here on this too. But let me just say, if you know anything, if you've seen a real castle in real life, which I have, because my family and I lived in Germany for 3 years, this is where archers operated out of. They got a very narrow window and to see the enemy in which to shoot, and that was so they were not very vulnerable when they shot. And if you didn't know, archers had to be accurate in their shots. They actually didn't have that many arrows. Arrows were expensive to build in the medieval times. And they didn't have unlimited supply like these games, you know, where you find them on the ground and you pick up 100. Didn't happen. So they had to be good shots, and they didn't have much of a view. So I like these towers. Awesome. I love the torches in the front and the flags. That's pretty cool. And I also like this tree, the mushroom. I do wish they would have done the printed mushroom with the little white stuff on top that's printed on there. They didn't do it, but okay. I'm not going to dock anything for that. And again, I like the little greenery. I like this outpost tower looking thing and the other narrow window here. And you've got the dungeon right here, which I'm going to show you from the inside. But from the outside, if you want to, you could break somebody out. Poor guy, poor fellow in there. You know, he's a skeleton. No one ever came back and looked for him, which is unfortunate for him. I like the flags. I love the target practice here for the archers. I love the birds that's hanging around here. More greenery. You got another bird up here on the tower. You've got a chimney here. You've got a water wheel, which I will show you in the inside. Has another function. I think that's pretty cool. And they borrowed this, by the way, from the medieval market, which was a set that came out about 10 years ago. All right, and you got a little bit of greenery here and a little bit of water. Okay, now let's take a look at the inside. When you open the inside, you've got more detail, which is why this is a 10. This isn't a simple, just let's slap together sort of build. This is actually a decent build. You have here a little market. I love that little market. You know, you've got, right here, you've got a blacksmith shop. And in the blacksmith shop, this water wheel, let me see if I can, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well, but as you move the water wheel, it moves the hammer up and down and it strikes the sword that the blacksmith's trying to build. And also you've got some unfinished or semi-finished armor here. And you've got stairs with a mouse and a slice of cheese. And the blacksmith shop itself has got a forge oven thing. I like it. You've got a throne room, like here, like I already said, I wish they would have gave you a minifigure king thing because they did that in the Knight's Castle. I think that would have been pretty cool. But what's really funny is you can't really see it in here very well, but there is a little toilet here with a piece of a roll of toilet paper. And this thing does not like to stay on, by the way. It has fallen off so many times, and this helmet was not a really good, the fit wasn't really well with the feather. The feather comes out a lot. That did not happen in the original Castle series. When you put those things in there, they stayed in there, but this one did not. But as far as creativity, it's a 10. I like it. It's got a lot of detail, and it's got a lot of functionality, so it's cool. Playability, I'm going to give it a 9, and this is why. This dragon right here. This dragon, to me, it's a joke. He's too simple. He's very small. If you guys ever saw the Viking sets and the size of those dragons and how stable they were, you could pose those things. This guy's very hard to pose. He's very top heavy with his big head, and it took a lot to get him to stand up. And he has to be almost on his hind legs like a cat walking on twos. And I don't know, I don't really like it. And plus, he didn't have any claws in the front, which some dragons renderings do, some don't. It's not necessary. But I just felt like the dragon was too simple, too frail. And so the playability, I'm going to knock it down 1 to a 9. Now, as far as ease of build, I give it a 10. Because 10 is one of the easiest builds I've ever done. 1 is the hardest. This was not a hard build. The instructions were very clear. The pieces are easy to find, easy to put together. The building techniques are, for the most part, pretty simple. It's an easy set to put together, so it's a 10. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And this is only part 1. We're going to do part 2 soon here, then part 3, and then a review. So 4 videos total on this particular set. And then during the review, we're going to have all 3 versions side by side, and we'll compare them and go over the ratings again. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you have, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And also, you can turn on all notifications. That way you'll know when we put out a video, which is currently almost every day. And in addition, you can leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I love talking about Lego. Like to hear your opinion of it. If you have this set, that's great. And oh, before I forget, I almost forgot this. Now, this set does retail for $99.99. However, if you're in the US and you have a Costco membership, as of this taping, Costco has these sets and they're only $74.99. $25 off, 25% off. That's a great, fabulous deal. So if you can get to Costco and you have a membership, hopefully they still have a couple copies there. You can pick one up, or all 3 if you want to do like I do, and have a little bit of fun here. But hey, I wanted to just point that out to you guys. So if you want to get it, and you got a Costco membership, get it for a little bit less. And also, you guys, I hope you guys stay safe out there, and I hope you guys be good to each other. And I'll catch you on the next video, which will most likely be part 2 of this.